Similar to having a show, viewers prefer to watch content that is on a regular basis. So, Owen, have you had experiences with like setting a schedule? Have you noticed that it's helped you in a way? Can you share us a little bit about your insight into scheduling?
It's 6 o'clock UK time since basically the beginning of me streaming. And there have obviously been some times when it's been pushed back or moved forwards an hour, but having that consistency is by far one of the most important things. If people know where and when to find you, it immediately alleviates a lot of the difficulties that you're going to face it when you first start streaming, which is like, oh, how do I get people into the stream? If you're streaming one day at 6 o'clock, the other day at 9 o'clock, sometimes you'll do an afternoon stream at 12 o'clock. It's going to be very bewildering, and it basically doesn't allow people to set aside their schedule to frame around your streams. There's a reason why TV shows would always stream at a very specific time every single week, every single day. People would know when to expect to come and find you. It's probably one of the most important, consistent things that you should consider when starting out.
Absolutely. And then once you have a schedule, please share it with people, put it on social media, put it in your Discord, put it on your Twitch channel page. Like let people know when they go to your channel and they expect to see you live. Like maybe they show up on a Wednesday and you don't stream Wednesdays, but you've got your schedule set and they say, oh, okay, I'll just come back tomorrow at the same time because I know that they're going to be live at that time. A regular streaming schedule, even if it's just a few hours a week, can really, really help you. And it can foster community growth and encourage traditions and reoccurring stream segments. I'd like to touch base on that for a minute because I'm sure we've all experienced this, but have you ever gone to a stream and you know what they're going to be doing at a specific time? Okay, so this streamer that I love to watch would always play, well, there's a period of time, I shouldn't say always, but they went through this period where we would always play marbles on stream at the start of stream. And so now every time I go to the stream, I'm like, I want to play I want to play marbles, even though they don't really do that anymore. And so we're always convincing them and begging them in chat to play marbles because it kind of became a tradition. Owen, do you find like there's anything where you've got these traditions kind of going, whether people are spamming the same emote or you do the same thing at the same time, or is there even any rituals that you have with subscribers or followers?
There's nothing specific I'd say in terms of like scheduling or anything, but there is definitely a sort of like you say ritual. They actually decide when this happens. There's a small mascot in the channel called Bruno, who is a rat. He's a puppet. He's sitting over there staring at me. And he
Cute.
is engaged into the content when people decide based off of channel points, which I'm sure we'll go into in a little bit.
Yes.
Basically, they decide, much to my dismay, sometimes if I'm in the middle of doing something quite important, they will activate him and I'll have to sort of stop everything, press my Go XLR buttons in order to like have the certain sound effect happen, go and get him, bring him into the stream. And everybody always goes crazy for him. But that's like one of the rituals that we have. Also, this guy, he is also activated by channel points. So he isn't actually ever on the mic stand until they decide that he kind of comes on and then he gets put up there.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
so they
he's
have to
10,000
activate
channel
him.
points. Yeah. And there's always somebody
Okay.
who wants him there. I don't think we've missed a
Yes.
stream in like 3 years now of him being on the mic stand. So they're
Oh,
quite
that's so
consistent.
cute. Oh, I love that. That's great. I also love that you make them work for it a little bit,
Yeah,
sacrifice
exactly.
those channel points. That's awesome. Oh, I love that. This is the perfect segue into our next section, which is about engaging viewers. And this is exactly what Owen is kind of alluding to. Community members like it when creators interact with them, whether it's through chat, alerts, games, or polls. Creating opportunities for your community to get involved improves their investment in you and your channel. Users who chat in their first visit are 50% more likely to come back to the channel. So if you can get someone to chat in your channel, the likelihood of them buying into you, your community, and what's going on increases significantly. So I would just encourage you to keep that in mind as we dive into how to engage viewers. There are three kind of things we can talk about when we are talking about engaging viewers, and they are to be welcoming, be yourself, and be immersive. So, when we're being welcoming to people, we want to help viewers feel like they're an important part of stream and welcome them by name, engage in what's going on in chat, encourage conversations. And then the next one is being yourself. And I'd love to get Owen's feedback on this one. How have you used your unique personality to cross over to stream to engage viewers even further?
I'm a Minecraft streamer, obviously, as we've discussed, but I'm also, secondly, a family friendly PG streamer. One of the ways that we're able to sort of engage the community is based off the fact that it is open to anybody who is able to make a Twitch account. That is super helpful in being able to sort of have, I suppose you would call it a wide net. Anybody is welcome. A lot of the topics that we discuss are very like gentle to conversation. The community is super helpful at engaging and welcoming new people, to kind of go back to that be welcoming section. At some point, there comes when I'm so locked in on the game that I kind of, maybe a first time chatter is lost in the source of the chat. The chat don't fail to make sure that they're kind of proverbially pulled up a chair and welcome to the spot. They'll usually give context over what I'm doing. The moderators are very helpful in the chat because they give a !project command, which basically sends a short message in the chat of what I'm doing in that moment. Because in hardcore Minecraft, things are always changing. You're always working on the next build. So anybody who needs context when they come in can immediately be given like, oh, this is what we're doing, and this is how you can get up to date with what the lore is, and that sort of thing. So that's a
That's
great
really
way to sort
smart.
of hook people.
Yeah, I think those are great ideas. Leaning on your community, using a bot, relying on your moderators, those are absolutely excellent ways to keep people engaged when you aren't able to in that moment. And I want to just really highlight that it doesn't really matter what type of stream you're running, you can find a way to get people engaged. Being immersive. Can you talk a little bit about how you developed a world within your stream?
As you may have seen, if you guys go and check out the creator camp, like building a brand lessons, you'll see that I speak a lot about sort of opening the storefront and having a sort of physical digital space for a community. And a lot of the streams are sort of geared around that idea of like people being able to pull up a chair, focus on whatever they want to about the stream, and just sort of have this fun time of the community. The hardcore world that we're also creating has a narrative and story that's built into the stream. So over the course of a year, people are allowed to, or able to, kind of step into the hardcore world with me, find out about the lore. It can be a little overwhelming at times, but that thankfully chatters are able to kind of give context. And like we said, the !project command is able to sort of bring people up to speed. But viewers, more than anything, if anything that I've learned over the last, must be like 4 or 5 years now, is in Twitch streaming, is that people love stories. It's the reason why I play Minecraft and create narrative driven SMPs and servers to keep people engaged with that sort of thing. The story and narrative is one of the most important parts. As Snackless was saying earlier, in Baldur's Gate, it can be really helpful to kind of say like, oh, I've been milling around for a year, but the story, the narrative is I'm going to beat Baldur's Gate in XYZ amount of times with XYZ sort of parameters. If you can frame whatever series or streams that you're doing with an underlying underpinning narrative, you will find that people will be immersed in that story. They'll want to come back. The story is the hook.
With the immersion, and this is another thing that Orange Juice really is succeeding at, is creating a consistent theme. So there's a lot of parts of that, but your branding is definitely part of that. The routines and rituals are part of that, and the consistency in stream is another part of that, where you've built a theme people can rely on and come back to that, and something that they're going to recognize, right? They're going to remember when they see you that, you know, you use an orange, that you lean into the color orange as well. Both of those things tie in together and definitely kind of keep people remembering, reminding them of who you are.